The executive officer's report.
Okay, we've had a busy week, and one of the high points is we were able to hire an environmental scientist, Daniel Wong, who will start on December 31st. Daniel has a BS in aquatic biology and a master's in environmental science and management from the Bren School from the University of Santa Barbara. So we welcome Daniel to the Delta Stewardship Council. Daniel isn't here today, by the way.
Okay.
Some other work that's been ongoing recently in this week is we have submitted two sets of comments to other agencies. One to the State Water Resources Control Board on their groundwater concept paper that's emphasizing basically groundwater quality, and we are asking them to look at quantity issues as well. We've also submitted comments to the Department of Water Resources on the state water plan. This has been a verbal discussion, and as far as I'm aware, no formal comments have been submitted on that one.
Can I make a request, Mr. Knob? I know these are staff comments, but it would be useful if you could set up a system so that council members are emailed copies of that. I know it's posted on the website, but just the council members may be asked questions about it, and it's important to get them a copy as rapidly as possible.
Okay, we'll take care of that. We'll mail formal documents to council members then. I attended the Aqua Conference about a week ago, and at the Aqua Conference there were some very interesting discussions, and Secretary Laird made a point that I thought was telling, and it was basically that his view was that we're in a rare alignment, I think, of possibilities right now, and that this is one of those times that occurs once every 25 years where real substantive changes in water policy is possible. He believes we're in that period right now, and it is the time to seize the day and move forward. One of the common themes at the Aqua Conference was the groundwater issue and subsidence. And subsidence in general, I thought was one of the key elements that was discussed. And during a panel discussion with Secretary Rodriguez of EPA, California EPA, and Karen Ross of Department of Food and Agriculture, the comment was made that subsidence in the Central Valley produced the single largest change to the face of the earth by mankind. Kind of a sobering thought that subsidence in the Central Valley is the single largest change. So, and this theme of addressing the groundwater issue and subsidence in particular was reiterated throughout the conference. So, very productive meeting. I think another one, though, that came out that has not received as much attention, but certainly started to at the conference, was looking at the upper watershed and managing the forests in the upper watershed for retaining snowpack longer. Given climate change and the need to increase the resiliency of the national forests and forests in general, the idea of thinning the forest to retain old growth species, increase the spacing between trees, which retains snow longer, has multiple benefits to society, to the environment, and of course to water users downstream. And I think it's something that the Stewardship Council is moving forward with, to take a look at the science aspects of this and to find out what's real and what is wishful thinking. So we'll be looking into a conference later this year. Some other things: South Sacramento, Delta Stewardship Council staff met with agencies developing the South Sacramento Habitat Conservation Plan to discuss issues in the draft environmental impact statement and invite early consultation to occur. So we'll see how that proceeds. The Yolo National Natural Heritage Program, which is a habitat conservation plan and a natural community conservation plan. We have been discussing with this Yolo staff to look into a memorandum of understanding, basically to talk about our partnership and working together on those issues. The same issue arose with Solano County, and we are restarting discussions regarding working together to ensure consistency with the Delta Plan. Also, Going back a little bit, Woodland and Davis have joined forces with the agricultural community to replace a centuries-old intake for the Conway Ranch on the Sacramento River. This is the kind of thing that kind of slides below the radar screen, but this is a long-standing issue that they've agreed to make progress on that. This is important, of course, because Woodland and Davis have water rights to the ranch, and they'll be able to put them to use with those screens in place. The Army Corps of Engineers and the Sacramento District completed the seepage cutoff wall for a new setback levee on the Sacramento River at West Sacramento. The setback levee improves flood resilience by providing more space for water to spread out on the floodplain. It also provides habitat, and it's a recommendation in the Delta Plan that we promote that. Also, the Bureau of Reclamation released a report that details methods and costs of increasing storage capacity of San Luis Reservoir. They say that by raising it 20 feet at the cost of $360 million, they can produce about 130,000 acre-feet of water. That reservoir currently holds a little over 2 million acre-feet if it were at full capacity. And then the chairman mentioned the report that was issued yesterday by the Department of Water Resources, creating the drought task force at DWR. I think the other relevant aspect of that announcement was that DWR is working with the Bureau of Reclamation to expedite water transfers for 2014 as a response to the potential drought that we're looking at as we're going into the third dry year. With that, I conclude the Executive Officer's report.
Mr. Fiorini, did you have a question? Okay. All right. At some point in the next 5 minutes, I'm going to ask the staff for a status report on the sound system. I assume someone has contacted the building management to see if they can do something. If not, if somebody would do that, please. The next item, members, is item 7, the lead scientist report. Dr. Goodwin.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Chairman. Oops. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I guess I'm online now with the echoes. And good morning, everyone. You have the lead scientist report. Okay, is that? Yeah, we're back again. Before I get into the written report, I thought I would just point out that the AGU conference, the American Geophysical Union conference, was held in San Francisco last week.
It may just be me, but I think it's other members of the council too. An echo is one thing, but an echo with a 1 second delay is something else. That's what we're getting now. Would it be appropriate to take a 5-minute recess to allow you to reset this system? Would that help, do you hope?
Yes, sir. I think
okay. So. Let's take a 5-minute recess till we can straighten this out. I doubt anyone watching or listening can understand it. Okay. 5-minute recess.